facing Kissa Kursi Ka in Maharashtra. The drama between Fadnavis and Shinde is chalu aahe. I will get you all the details on that as well. And then we'll shift focus to something that all of us should be talking about every single day. Pollution in the national capital is 400 plus, and the great wisdom of our authorities, they have revoked GRAP 3. All of us have been left to die in this pollution. The authorities don't care, simply don't. Let's start with our top focus on Karnataka this evening. Let me very quickly first bring you up to speed with the latest that is coming in from Karnataka. One after another, 6 top developments as far as Karnataka is concerned. DK Shivakumar, in fact, has gone ahead and tracking the latest coming in at this hour. Amid the power tussle, DK Shivakumar has said that he will come down to Delhi to talk to the leadership and sort out the issue. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, DK Shivakumar's brother has already landed in the national capital, which is being seen as a pressure tactic being built on the top leadership, the high command of the Congress party. Sources have told NDTV Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge will be, in fact, calling in Siddaramaiah to the national capital as well, the Chief Minister of Karnataka. Meanwhile, amid this ongoing tussle between both the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister, both of them today shared the stage, ladies and gentlemen, to unveil schemes for women in the state of Karnataka to give out a message that the government is functioning as usual. DK Shivakumar is still tight-lipped about any tension in Karnataka Congress in the Chief Minister chair tussle, but he's flexing his Vocaliga credentials. Vocaliga backward community, in fact, he's made the statement after meeting top Vocaliga seers, those who have been backing his bid for the top job. Vocaliga leaders have also written to the Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge batting for DK Shivakumar to be made the Chief Minister. Not just this, the leaders have gone on to say that they will protest in case DK Shivakumar doesn't get his due as per them. Development number 5. In the latest show of strength, Dalit leaders have met Karnataka Minister Muniappa, and this is being seen as a big, in fact, crucial development in the power tussle to show the strength as far as these leaders are concerned. This is happening. There is breaking news coming in at this moment on the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. DK Shivakumar sacrifice comment amidst the power play which is going on in Karnataka. Now, DK Shivakumar has invoked Sonia Gandhi, sacrificed her power. Sonia refused Prime Minister's position. Now, this is what DK Shivakumar, in fact, said he in fact went on to say that Sonia Gandhi worked as All India Congress president for 20 years. She sacrificed her power, and this is being also seen as DK Shivakumar invoking Sonia Gandhi before the top leadership meets to decide on this entire issue. Let's listen in.
ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಅನೇಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ರೂಪಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಸೋನಿಯಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರು ಈ ದೇಶದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಅಧಿಕ ನಾಯಕಿಯಾಗಿ ಸುಮಾರು 20 ವರ್ಷ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅಧಿಕಾರ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ರವರು ಈ ದೇಶದ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಇಂದಿರಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರ ಸೊಸೆಗೆ ಕರೆದ್ರು. ನನಗೆ ಬೇಡ, ಈ ದೇಶದ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ತಜ್ಞ, ಈ ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸ್ಥಾನವನ್ನು ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಳು, ಆ ತಾಯಿ ಮನಮೋಹನ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ಆಶಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಅವ್ರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಬಂತು.
All right, so this is important. In fact, DK Shivakumar invoking Sonia Gandhi. And remember, DK Shivakumar has always been seen very close to Sonia Gandhi. Even at the time when the Chief Minister, when the Congress won the state, there were some delays. It took about almost a week for them to decide on the Chief Minister's chair. At that point of time as well, it was DK Shivakumar who broke down about his meeting with Sonia Gandhi when he was put behind bars. He was in Tihar prison. So DK Shivakumar, in fact, somewhere muscle flexing, bringing in Sonia Gandhi as well ahead of his visit to the national capital. My colleague Deepak Bopara now joins me with more details on this. Deepak, very, very interesting, the timing of DK Shivakumar remembering Sonia Gandhi, talking about her. Many would say that he is invoking Sonia Gandhi to try and put some pressure ahead of the leadership huddle that the Congress is expected on Karnataka.
DK Shivakumar showering praises on Sonia Gandhi, well, not something new. This exact line that he has, spoken about her sacrificing power, he has said it multiple times in the past. But definitely at a time like this, when there's a lot about sacrifice, there's a lot about, the position of power, and these kind of, situations that have, really arose in Karnataka, you could probably read between the lines. But this exact same line, of course, has been said by Mr. DK Shivakumar on multiple occasions in the past. But considering that the things that are playing out politically in the state of Karnataka, it could become more relevant. Outside the Mr. DK Shivakumar's house, as my video journalist Kumar will show you, there's a flurry of activity that continues. There was speculation whether he'll actually go to Delhi because, while he spoke to the media after the event at Palace Grounds, very close to where I'm standing, he had said that he could go to Delhi anytime because he wants to discuss various issues, including Mekedatu. He wants to meet several members of the parliament. But what I'm picking up from, his office is that as of now, there's no plan, immediate plan at least. More importantly, in Delhi, what I'm also picking up is that Mr. K.C. Venugopal could be heading to Kerala and Mr. Randeep Singh Surjewala isn't, in Delhi at the moment. He's in Haryana. And apart from that, I'm also picking up that Sonia Gandhi, of course, arrives tomorrow and will not be available through the day. And that only, of course, leaves Mr. Rahul Gandhi there. And whether he is going to be available is another question. So, does it even make sense for Mr. DK Shivakumar to go to Delhi if he's going to have any sort of conversation? Who's the High Command who's actually left to have conversations is another question that remains. Meanwhile, his brother, DK Suresh, has landed in Delhi. And he's, of course, expected to have some conversations over the next couple of days.
Pause for a moment. Just pause for a moment. We will talk about DK Suresh. I just want to first play out the reaction that DK Suresh has given. That's the other big story that is coming in at this moment amid the leadership tussle in Bengaluru. DK Suresh, the brother of DK Shivakumar, has landed in the national capital. In fact, Suresh is expected to meet the top leaders as well, including Mallikarjun Kharge. Upon his arrival, he has also spoken to the media. Let's listen it.
I don't comment on any of political issues. Whatever the issues are there, Government of Karnataka, Chief Minister will answer, and we will, whatever promises we have given to the state of Karnataka, we will honor it.
So, any problems BJP is creating for you?
BJP is in opposition. He has always tell other things, gossips. We don't want to comment on that.
So this is only media propaganda by BJP?
No, BJP wanted in news. That's why they are doing all these things.
So everything is perfect and fine?
Everything is fine.
Deepak continues to be with me on this story. Deepak, like you were talking about DK Suresh landing in the national capital, he has come here, though says that everything is all right and hits out at the BJP. But the fact remains, one by one, when leaders start speaking, his brother moves into the national capital ahead of all this talk about the Congress High Command going into a huddle. This is being seen as an important, in fact, messaging from DK Shivakumar and his camp.
There is a need to right now engage in dialogue with Mr. DK Shivakumar being here, and with Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge also making it very clear that there will be an invite officially that will be thrown open. Whether it was actually right for Mr. DK Shivakumar to fly out and try to engage in conversation, that's probably left to his best judgment. But a need for dialogue, and probably who better than your own sibling? There is a lot of trust between the two brothers, between DK Shivakumar and DK Suresh, and Mr. Suresh, of course, is there. He has been party to many of these conversations which have been held with the High Command in the past. So now, of course, with him being there, there could be some messages that Mr. DK Shivakumar could send to some of the leaders in Delhi, or any information that could be taken there, relayed back to Bengaluru. It could become much easier with a trusted man like Mr. DK Suresh at the helm of affairs in Delhi, and that's probably why he has gone there. Well, officially, of course, he maintains that he's not going to comment on politics. We should definitely look at the situation that's unfolding here in Karnataka, and his visit means much more than what meets the eye.
Deepak Bopana is tracking all the latest developments from Bengaluru to Delhi, giving us the latest in this power struggle that is going on in Karnataka. Deepak, at this moment, thank you so much for joining me. Throughout the day, there have been a lot of reactions which have come in on this story, whether it is DK Shivakumar himself or the BJP, which at this moment is in a wait-and-watch mode, in fact, rubbing their hands in glee, hoping that this turns into some sort of a big circus as far as Karnataka Congress is concerned. Listen in.
Locally, seniors seem to be upset.
I don't want any of community angle. I have my own angle. My community is Congress community. Congress is my community. They, of course, I may belong to one community. They may like me.
Yeah.
That is different. My love is there to all sections of the society. It may be a backward class, it may be a scheduled caste, it may be a minorities, everyone. Even Wakaligas are backward class people. So definitely I'll go to Delhi with us. Delhi is our temple. Delhi is our temple. We have to go there. All of us are without Delhi, nothing can go. Congress party is a party with a big history, and always Delhi will guide us. We may rule here. Ultimately, we have a policy contained to the whatever the policies of the Congress party and the constitution, we have to work by that. So we will go to Delhi whenever they call me and the party leaders, including my chief minister, we will go there.
A large number of party workers want you to take charge as CM, sir.
I don't want anything. I don't want anything. I am not hurrying anything. My party will take at the right time.
ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಮೈಸೂರಿಗೆ ಸೀಮಿತ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಾನ್ಯ ಉಪಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸೀಮಿತ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಆಡಳಿತವನ್ನು ಇಡೀ ಮಂತ್ರಿಮಂಡಲ ಇವತ್ತು ಕುಸ್ತು ಬಿದ್ದಿರೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಅಶೋಕ್ ಅವರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಯಕರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಮಾತುಕತೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಬೆಳಗಾವಿಯ ಅಧಿವೇಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಗೊತ್ತುವಳಿಯನ್ನು ಮಂಡನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಾವು.
Looking at the current crisis, the way DK Shivakumar is positioning himself very aggressively, very aggressive posture, and Siddaramaiah also, ministers, MLAs of both the camps are going very aggressively. So we really don't know what is going to happen. And I am not surprised if there is a vertical split that's going to happen in days to come within the ruling Congress party.
Even DK Shivakumar is not uttering directly what the agreement is there, what happened in between seniors, high command. He is not disclosing. Even CM is also not agreeing for any agreement. So always he is telling he wants to continue for the 5 years. And DK Shivakumar indirectly by tweet and other things, he is directing that he is giving signal that there was an agreement in between both the CM and DCM before the High Command, and High Command also agreed. So it has to be clarified by the High Command, or both CM and DCM sit together and address the press conference.
Another breaking news coming in on Karnataka. There is a big huddle of the Congress party, of course, expected ahead of the winter session, which begins on Monday. Sources are telling us that Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge are going to chair this meeting on November 30th. 1st December is the first day of the winter session of the parliament. But interestingly, Congress issue, the Karnataka Congress issue may also come up for discussions in this closed door meeting. This is going to take place on 30th November, that is Sunday at 5 p.m. Important Congress Parliamentary Strategy Group meeting which is going to take place. Let me very quickly go across to my colleague Janendra, who's been tracking these developments from the national capital. Janendra, पार्लियामेंट सेशन से पहले हमेशा इस तरीके की स्ट्रैटेजी मीटिंग होती है, लेकिन इस बार इसमें खास इंटरेस्ट इसलिए भी है कि सारे टॉप नेता होंगे, तो जाहिर सी बात है कर्नाटका का क्या होगा इस पर भी लोग कयास लगा के बैठेंगे।
जरूर अंकित, हमारे सोर्स ये बता रहे हैं कि सोनिया गांधी आज देर रात विदेश से वापस लौट जाएंगी। कल का दिन कोई डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो रहा है। केसी वेणुगोपाल भी केरला जा रहे हैं। रविवार को शाम 5 बजे 10 जनपथ पर यानी सोनिया गांधी के घर पर कांग्रेस पार्टी की पार्लियामेंट्री पार्टी की स्ट्रेटजी ग्रुप की मीटिंग होगी, जिसमें कि सोनिया गांधी तो चेयर करेंगे ही, राहुल गांधी भी मौजूद रहेंगे और मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे भी मौजूद रहेंगे। पार्लियामेंट्री स्ट्रेटजी ग्रुप यानी पार्लियामेंट सेशन को लेकर के जो स्ट्रेटजी ग्रुप की मीटिंग है, उस मीटिंग के बाद हमारे सोर्सेज ये सजेस्ट कर रहे हैं कि कर्नाटका को लेकर के चर्चा राहुल गांधी, सोनिया गांधी और खड़गे के बीच हो सकती है। और आने वाले दिनों में डीके शिवकुमार और सिद्दारमैया को दिल्ली कब बुलाना है और क्या कन्वे करना है और किस तरीके से एक यूनाइटेड फेस जो है वो पेश करना है, क्योंकि आला कमान काफी चिंतित है कर्नाटक में जो कुछ चल रहा है, दोनों गुटों के द्वारा जो प्रेशर बनाया जा रहा है इसको लेकर के। तो इस पर जो है वो औपचारिक चर्चा कांग्रेस लीडरशिप के बीच 30 नवंबर को शाम 5 बजे के बाद हो सकती है, क्योंकि सभी नेता इकट्ठे होंगे पार्लियामेंट सेशन को लेकर स्ट्रेटजी बनाने के लिए, और इसके बाद कर्नाटका को लेकर के चर्चा हो सकती है। और नजरें इसी डिस्कशन पर है कि आखिर कांग्रेस लीडरशिप क्या फॉर्मूला तैयार करता है डीके शिवकुमार और सिद्दारमैया के बीच सामंजस्य बिठाने को लेकर। जी
Jainendra, thank you for joining us with all those details. As Jainendra was saying, it is going to be an important meeting, and don't forget Sonia Gandhi, whether she takes a final call or not, but she's going to have a very important role to try and pacify the leader, basically, who feels that he has missed out on the opportunity at this moment. I very quickly want to shift focus to try and get some understanding of this issue, ladies and gentlemen. Sumant C. Raman is going to, in fact, join me at this moment, political analyst, who keeps a very, very close eye on the developments in Karnataka and South India. Thank you so much, Mr. Raman, for speaking to us. I didn't want to make it a political tutu meme, but I wanted to understand from you, how are you looking at this? Because, you know, one aspect of this would be that it's an internal matter. Who assumes the leadership in Karnataka, Congress or the head of the government is something that the Congress party has to decide. Past, precedents in Karnataka will tell you BJP had to change their chief ministers more than 5 times in 2 terms that they had between Siddaramaiah coming in. Is this an issue only for the media, or there are serious fissures which are impacting the government, sir?
Look, there is going to be a change in leadership in Karnataka. It's a question of when. Now, whether it, everyone knows that it was an open secret that there was an understanding reached with the High Command, because you remember once the election results came out, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar staked his claim and with the High Command. And then the High Command had to pacify him. And, at that point of time, the process took, I think, 4 or 5 days. So I think what was worked out was that after 2.5 years, Mr. Siddaramaiah will give way to Mr. D.K. Shivakumar for the second 2.5 year period. Now, that technically should have happened on 1st November, but as we have seen many times in the past, including in Karnataka itself, the person who takes first strike is not very keen to hand over the baton. So now it is for the Congress High Command to actually effect that change of guard. The question is whether it would happen in January or whether it would be dragged on till March. For the sake of the people of Karnataka, one hopes that the transition can be done quickly, because otherwise governance will remain in paralysis while this tamasha is going on between Delhi and Bangalore. But by all accounts, there should be a change of guard in Karnataka. The question only remains as to, will it be smooth? Will it be messy? And obviously as to when it's actually going to happen, whether it would be in January or whether it would be in March.
So by what you are saying, my understanding is that this time, at least D.K. Shivakumar has also dug in his heels. The promise was made and he wants that promise to be in fact walked upon as far as the power transition is concerned. Meanwhile, the BJP seems to be rubbing their hands in glee. They are talking about, their leaders are talking about a vertical split in the Congress party. Do you see a possibility of that, what happened possibly in Madhya Pradesh for the Congress party, or some sort of a rebellion that Sachin Pilot tried in Rajasthan?
I don't think we would get to that stage. Now the question is, the sooner this is resolved with a firm hand, it is better. You must remember that this is not the high command of yesteryears, where their word was law. In the times of Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi and so on, whatever high command said was basically acted upon. And even in the time of Mrs. Sonia Gandhi. Now, because Rahul Gandhi has suffered electoral defeats dime a dozen, the writ of the high command does not run. And we saw that with Jyotiraditya Scindia in Madhya Pradesh. So, and to a lesser extent with Sachin Pilot, who pulled back from the brink in Rajasthan. Now, the question is, what happens in Karnataka if the Congress high command makes it clear to Mr. Siddaramaiah that he will have to honor the pact that was made, and whatever it is, he will have to step down. Look, he has been chief minister for 7.5 years. He's had one full 5-year term earlier, and he's had a 2.5-year term now. So honestly, that should be the way that they would go. I don't think this would lead to a fall of the government. And of course, BJP has also been known to be changing chief ministers at the drop of a hat. We saw that in multiple states. So I don't think it would come to a fall of to lead to the fall of the government. But the longer this goes on, the more likely that things could be messier. If they sort it out in the next couple of weeks, then I think that there will be a smooth transition.
Mr. Raman, thank you so much, sir, for bringing that perspective for our viewers at this moment on this very important story that we have been keeping a track on here on NDTV. You are getting all the latest breaking news on Karnataka first on NDTV. But from Karnataka, let me take you to Madhya Pradesh, because if you thought power struggle, the chief minister's chairs pull that a lot of leaders see is only something that the Congress party is struggling with, well, think again, ladies and gentlemen, because it's the same thing that is playing out, or at least in some proportion, in the NDA-ruled Maharashtra. The drama between Chief Minister Fadnavis and Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde is full on chalu aahe. The tussle between Shinde, Sena and the BJP in Maharashtra is only intensifying, with Eknath Shinde, the Deputy Chief Minister, and his aides openly declaring that there is going to be some change as far as the leadership in the state is concerned. They are saying that very soon Eknath Shinde is going to take over as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Now remember, Eknath Shinde was the Chief Minister of Maharashtra after after the NDA won a massive majority in 2024. He lost that position after the victory, and Devendra Fadnavis returned as the Chief Minister after serving Eknath Shinde's deputy between 2022 and 2024. The roles were reversed. Now, Education Minister of Maharashtra, Dada Bhuse, who is very close to Eknath Shinde, has gone ahead and has said that Eknath Shinde is going to return to the Chief Minister's chair. This is being seen as sniping between Eknath Shinde and Devendra Fadnavis, using their aides as the shoulder. Take a look.
तुमच्या शब्दामध्ये थोडंसं मी अधिकचा भर या ठिकाणी घालू शकतो. तुम्ही म्हटलं की यापूर्वी असा मुख्यमंत्री महाराष्ट्राने पाहिला नाही आणि भविष्यात पाहणार नाही. परंतु आजही जनतेला जर तुम्ही विचारलं की तुमच्या मनातला मुख्यमंत्री कोण, तर आजही जनता सांगेल की त्यांच्या मनातला मुख्यमंत्री माननीय एकनाथजी शिंदे साहेब आहेत. आणि काळजी करू नका, भविष्याच्या इतिहासामध्ये काय लिहिलेलं असेल, परत एकदा या महाराष्ट्राचं नेतृत्व माननीय एकनाथजी शिंदे साहेब करताना आपण सर्वजण त्या ठिकाणी पाहणार आहोत. आणि म्हणून निश्चितपणे या शहराच्या विकासासाठी आपण सर्वांनी पॅनल टू पॅनल धनुष्यमानाला आशीर्वाद द्यावेत. एवढीच विनंती करतो. आपलं सगळ्यांचा आभार मानतो. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.
Now, while the BJP and the Shinde Sena could say all is well, but the simmering tensions between both these leaders is hardly a secret in the power corridors of Maharashtra. Remember, there is also a minister from the Shinde faction against whom the government, the Fadnavis government, has initiated an inquiry as well. And all these things are being seen as power tussle, or at least the intensity at which both of them are taking on each other is only increasing. I want to very quickly tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there has been, in fact, credit war that erupted between both these leaders when it came to the Ladki Behan Yojana in Maharashtra. So this is not the first time that both of them are sniping at each other. Let me tell you a few other moments as well. The credit war over the Ladli Behan Yojana, Devendra Fadnavis said that will ensure funds to continue, and the Eknath Shinde countered him, said the scheme was launched when I was the chief minister. He made that as a key point, when his campaign was on for the elections of Maharashtra. BJP started the Ladli Behan Yojana, is what Devendra Fadnavis had claimed. Eknath Shinde said consolidated efforts by both the deputy chief ministers and me as the chief minister at that point of time. Started 1508 for our sisters. Overcame obstacles to implement scheme is what Eknath Shinde keeps telling, in fact, his people. Devendra Fadnavis has said opposition claimed to end this scheme and no guest continuation of the Ladki Behan Yojana. So on this scheme, both these leaders have had, a go at each other. And apart from that, if I take you back to June 2023, there were newspapers which suggested that Shinde is more popular than Fadnavis. This became a huge tussle between them. In fact, in June 23 as well, Guardian Minister allocation dispute where Shinde camp was unhappy because they felt the districts under their control were not getting adequate funds from Devendra Fadnavis. In fact, in October 2023, the Shinde camp's warning, and Eknath Shinde himself came out and clearly said, don't take me lightly. And this triggered a massive rift speculation. It continued in December 2024. Long talks were held between Shinde before appointing Devendra Fadnavis as the chief minister. And hence, it is not the first time that this kind of problem where we have seen between both these leaders. Let me very quickly at this moment go across to my colleague who is joining me on this story. Ladies and gentlemen, Abhishek, in fact, is with us at this moment. Abhishek, very quickly, let me understand this from you. Is this a media hype, or is there simmering tension between both these leaders, which is only now coming to surface with the education minister saying Shinde is going to make a comeback as the chief minister?
Definitely, we'll have to understand one point out here, because the local body elections has now brought out the rift and the differences in Mahayuti alliances. There are many seats in which BJP is directly contesting against the Shiv Sena. That means Devendra Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde are campaigning against each other, and that's what has been witnessed since past few days, wherein we could heard the credit war between both of them over Ladki Behan Yojana in some constituencies or in some places where you can see now Dada Bhuse is directly making a statement. He's telling, the chief minister in the heart of the people still remains Eknath Shinde, and that's what he made a point that he will return back. When Mahayuti alliances together fought the election, all the sisters, the Ladki Behan voted for them. But the now question arises, whom should the Ladki Behan vote for when in one of the particular area where both BJP and Shiv Sena are fighting against each other? That's the big question. When it was asked to Eknath Shinde, he clearly said that I was the chief minister when the scheme was launched, and the sisters will make an appropriate decision. And let's try and understand, at the grassroots level, there is a definitely fight between both the camps. though they are in alliance in Mahayuti, but definitely it is very difficult, and this rift and the differences is now wide open while these big leaders are making statements against each other. So definitely at this given point of time, we can clearly say that all is not well when it comes to Mahayuti alliance together, and in between BJP and Shiv Sena, where both the top leaders are directly attacking each other in public rallies and making rhetoric statements against them and trying to attract the crowd, the voters.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us with all those details at this moment. And remember, as Abhishek was saying, it is also the time of the local body polls, the very important Mumbai Municipal Corporation polls which are going to take place. And before that, this sniping at each other could cost dearly to the NDA alliance. I want to now shift focus, ladies and gentlemen, from Maharashtra to Delhi and also to the entire North India, where the pollution menace, or should I say the epidemic, continues as far as all of us are concerned. While I'm speaking to you today, and if I look at my watch, it tells me that the pollution levels are 454, above 400 marks or 600 at some places. This is among the most polluted days of the year. The AQI count in many places is over 400. Take a look at Mundka, where it is 446, and this is keep coming. 434 in Rohini and other places of the national capital as well. More than 400 in most of the places, the PM 2.5 count. The air pollution map also shows you how dense this pollution is, not only just in Delhi, but across in the NCR region, in the northern India. Many cities are also suffering like the national capital. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the worst time that the government or the agencies could have decided to, in fact, revoke GRAB 3 restrictions which were put because the air pollution was very, very high. Just a day after the GRAB 3 the levels or the graded response systems mechanisms have been withdrawn, it makes you wonder who is actually looking at all these things and what is the logic behind the people, those who are supposed to work for our relief, whether it's the central government or the state government or even the courts. It seems that all our agencies, all our authorities have failed to resolve this entire mess. People of Delhi are left on their own. We have been left to fend for ourselves. Some of us who have at least the option of going into air purified houses can still, in fact, limit the impact that it is having on us. But what about millions, those who are on the streets? People have been left to die. It's a slow suicide. I'm sorry I'm using these words, but that is exactly how it is. A Gangaram study, hospital study, tells you that young people, men and women, are falling prey to lung cancer, and 70% of them in the national capital do not even smoke. This is the most alarming thing that I have read and heard about in the last few days. All we can do, because our authorities have nothing to offer to us as far as the air pollution is concerned, pray to the gods for rains. Because we can't even pray for the rains to our authorities, because that whole drama, the gimmick of the artificial rain, that has also failed. There is nothing, it seems, that anybody is interested in when it comes to pollution. Whether it's the Chief Minister of Delhi, Rekha Gupta, Environment Minister, Mr. Sirsa, he will come on programs and they will say we are doing XYZ. Where is the impact? Or Bhupendra Yadav, the Environment Minister, this is his Twitter timeline. And I have been going through his Twitter timeline. The minister seems to be missing in action. Why isn't this a national emergency where the minister should have called, in fact, all the stakeholders, try to work on war footing? We also live in this, but the problem is for the ministers and the government servants and all the MLAs, MPs, they are possibly living with 2,000 or 200 air purifiers. Who cares? They have air purifiers to save them. But what about the people? Look at this. As I said, there hasn't been anything worth air pollution which has been mentioned by the minister in the last few days, barring a plantation drive that he spoke about. Is even if you start planting millions of trees across the national capital, it's not that tomorrow it is going to have any impact as far as the air pollution is concerned. I also want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that when you look at the data, the farm fires compared to last year, whether it's Punjab, it's Haryana, have come down. The farm fires have gone up in places like Uttar Pradesh. Just take a look, because they keep saying that it is the farm fire effect. In Punjab, comparative to the last year, there have been a 50% drop as far as the farm fires are concerned. Now, take a look at Haryana. In Haryana as well, the farm fires have been lowest in many years, 642, which have been recorded. Apart from that, there have been instances where the farm fires in Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh are rising, but because of the wind direction in Rajasthan and all, it is largely not impacting India. The hotspots are shifting to east. But despite the dip, the air pollution in the national capital continues. Farm smoke, as per the data, contributes to less than 5% of the total pollution that you and I are inhaling. Only 8 days it has been above 10%. Most days has been less than 5%. And just one day, its contribution has been over 20%. So these are factors that are controllable. Why is it that some of these factors are not being controlled by the state authorities, by the government, both at the center and the state, is absolutely beyond anybody's grasp. Last year was far worse, but look at the impact it is having on us. What are the reasons? Weak winds that trap pollutants, that is a natural phenomena. But what is the other factors that are contributing to this? Ladies and gentlemen, whether it is the vehicular pollution or the fumes that vehicle fumes are rising, there is no policy as far as the vehicles are concerned in the national capital. Industrial smoke is constant. We only talk about the industries being shut in Delhi. What about the areas near Delhi? Dust adds to the thick load of pollution of the PM 2.5 and PM 10 particles, and waste burning has been one of the major factors in Delhi. These are the issues. Where is the solution? We don't know. Vimalendu Jha has been continuously shouting at the top of his lungs, in whatever capacity he can. He's an environmentalist as far as pollution is concerned. Dr. Neetu Jain is also joining us to try and understand the impact this is having on the people. Vimalendu, I want to come to you first. Whether it's the Prime Minister's office, the Environment Minister, the Chief Minister, Lieutenant Governor, Environment Minister of Delhi, so many top offices who, if they have the will, can make an impact. Why is it that we have been left to fend for ourselves, Vimalendu?
So exactly what you said, the reason why we are in such a mess is because our political class is completely missing in action. As you rightly said, most of the country doesn't even know who the Environment Minister of India is. As I call him an election lieutenant rather than the Environment Minister. In fact, everywhere through the year, 365 days, he's busy winning elections for a particular political party rather than looking at this air emergency, which is in grave situation. In fact, the only thing that the current dispensation has done, in fact, I'm saying that the previous governments also had failed miserably in some way or the other, blaming the other. And this one is one step ahead and actually is saying that there's no pollution at all. If you hear the BJP spokesperson speak, and for the last 15, 20 days, first, they said there's no pollution at all. We are better than last year. Second, what they've been doing is that they've been turning off the air quality monitors in peak hours of pollution and sprinkling water on most of these monitoring stations, and then tell you that, listen, sprinkling water doesn't really affect. So there cannot be anything worse than air quality mess or the air emergency that we are in both in terms of mortality and morbidity. And there could not be anything easier than this to be solved, because we know this problem, but we only keep treating the symptoms rather than the source of of pollution. And that's the reason why we are in this mess for almost 10 to 15 years.
Absolutely. We suffered under the last government, which promised. We are suffering now. At that point of time, at least the excuse that they had was that we are not being supported by the center. Now, from the top position to every, in fact, head of the government of every body is from one political party. Even then, the people of this city, of this entire region, have been left to fend for themselves. Dr. Neetu Jain, I want to understand from you, because it's an alarming study that has been done by Sir Gangaram Hospital, and I was reading through that. It said that young people between the age of 18 to 38, and many of them are the cases which are coming, reporting lung cancer cases, 70% of them do not even smoke. This is an alarming health emergency.
You see, about 10 years ago, or maybe even earlier, when I was working at AIIMS, we found one patient who was 30 years old with lung cancer, and it was amazing. And we were all very upset that how can a young person get lung cancer? But now we are seeing lung cancer more commonly in younger people, and actually they are right, they are not even smoking. So they are getting lung cancer because of other reason. One of the most important reason may be air pollution, and air pollution in Delhi is such that it is equivalent to smoking about 20 to 50 cigarettes per day. So without even smoking, without even doing self-harm, they are suffering from something which is beyond their control, and it is contributing so much to health of the people, not only lung health, not only causing lung cancer, but also leading to involvement of other organ, leading to heart attacks, leading to stroke. So this is definitely a very, very alarming study, and this is a very, very alarming situation, and everybody who is living in Delhi NCR is suffering from it and keep on suffering from it every year, because there doesn't seem to be any resolution of the situation at all.
Absolutely. I mean, as I said, I'm sorry to use these words, but we are being forced to commit slow suicide if you are inhaling this poisonous air in the national capital. Vimlendu, very quickly in conclusion, I just want to ask you this. There is so much talk about farm fires that it happens in winters. It only, as I said, contributes to less than 5% on most days. Only once in this season it has contributed to more than 20% as far as the pollution in the national capital is concerned. There seems to be zero policy when it comes to the vehicular pollution, zero policy on industrial pollution. There hasn't been any effort made, only politics on farm pollution.
Absolutely. So, Ankit, you and I have done several shows. Before 2022, Aam Aadmi Party used to blame the farmers of Punjab. And now, after that, they are in power. BJP has learned from their textbook and is blaming the farmers. Reality is that farm fires only happens for 4 weeks to 6 weeks. And the contribution of farm fires to ambient air quality of Delhi NCR could range from 0% to perhaps 25% on any given day, only for that period. And as you rightly said, overall, if you look at the annual load, it's less than 4%. Ankit, I should tell you, last 2-3 days, I've actually been in Varanasi. And, the air quality index of the Prime Minister's constituency ranges from 200 to 350. We know that there's a lot of attention because Delhi is the capital. But the problem is not just of Delhi's capital. It's of Delhi's NCR. It's also of North India. It's also of Indo-Gangetic Plain. And also studies that show that 90% of India's air is actually poor. And that's the reason why, rather than looking at a particular chief minister, or a particular political party, is the Prime Minister's office that needs to step in and think of this as the biggest thing that's actually killing India and pulling the country down.
I think it needs to be done on war footing. The environment minister needs to sit down with all stakeholders across North India. All of us are suffering, some cities more than the others. But the fact remains, ladies and gentlemen, this is an air emergency. And the more we talk about it, hopefully one day there is going to be that slumber that our authorities are going to wake up from. And there is going to be some concerted effort on that. Please, 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 if you are in Delhi, if you are in cities which are polluted, wear a mask when you go out. I still see people not wearing a mask. You are doing massive harm to yourself and to your lungs. A quick break. I'm coming back. Stay tuned.
सैल्यूट है जी, आप देश की रक्षा में जान लगा देते हैं
और आप
घर घर में तार लगाते हैं जी। ई बीम टेक्नोलॉजी से बनी, न जले न पिघले, सबकी रक्षा करे।
हम सरहद पर लोगों की रक्षा करते हैं और आप देश के अंदर। सैल्यूट तो बनता है जी।
अपार अणुशक्ति फायर प्रोटेक्ट वायर, अपार देश का तार।
Namaste India. As you all know, I've been traveling around the world with my music. But this one is truly special. Something that's India. You all must have seen the magic that was created in Kun Faya Kun. Now it's your chance to experience it with me. So book your tickets from District app and together let's create harmony of hearts. See you Delhi.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
On the open fairways under a vast sky, a new chapter in golf was written. The inaugural NDTV PGTI Golf Pro-Am Tournament, uniting business leaders and the best of Indian professional golf for a day of strategy, skill and pure sporting spirit. From booming drives to clutch putts, catch the action at these times.
They have inspired us. They have redefined what's possible. They have shown how ideas spark inspiration and create impact. NDTV Indian of the Year 2025. Ideas, inspiration, impact. Coming soon.
Vibe with the original game changer, the one and only यो हनी सिंह बनने के पीछे की आपकी कहानी, ये नाम कैसे पड़ा?
मेरे दोस्त हैं गोवा से, तो वो हर चीज में यो that's yours, yo that's yours. जिना तेरे ना सी प्यार हुण किते हो भी नहीं सकदा, रातां नूं मैं सो भी नहीं सकदा. Across the country,
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else. Only on NDTV network.
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती है तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है.
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं, उल्टे हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
21 days in Kashmir. People have bombarded me, friends, with requests for an unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground. Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling. They are now India's smallest but possibly the most powerful crime family. Cough syrup has killed at least 25 children. Gaikwad साहब ऐसे मत कीजिए. Suddenly people are wondering about the weaponization of India-Pakistan cricket. We live and breathe elections. You will not believe your eyes or ears when I show you what I'm about to. And for a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude, we're standing on the Indian Navy's
Forget the BJP, now Congress top leaders are taking on the party leadership when it comes to the Karnataka mess. Former Congress leader and former Karnataka Chief Minister Veerappa Moily has now blamed the central leadership for the mess that the Congress party finds itself in Karnataka. Veerappa Moily, the senior leader and former Karnataka Chief Minister, has said central leaders are responsible for the chaos which is now unfolding between Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar. He has pinned the blame on the High Command. Listen in.
If you want to turn into a political turmoil, yes, it can happen. But the leaders here of the Congress party who are in the responsible position, and also our High Command representative, whoever it may be, I think they should have foreseen some of these developments. It's not a sudden development. This is a development which is ongoing development last 6 years. So I mean last 2.5 years. So I think rather it is a negligence of the Congress leaders for allowing this impasse to develop.
सैल्यूट है जी, आप देश की रक्षा में जान लगा देते हैं और आप घर घर में तार लगाते हैं जी। ई बीम टेक्नोलॉजी से बनी, न जले न पिघले, सबकी रक्षा करे।
हम सरहद पर लोगों की रक्षा करते हैं और आप देश के अंदर। सैल्यूट तो बनता है जी।
अपार अणुशक्ति फायर प्रोटेक्ट वायर, अपार देश का तार।
The front lines of Kargil, the fury of Operation Sindhu. So many attacks. The chaos and cries of disaster zones. The fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live. Unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Center.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France, in Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
Pulling us
Other
into
opposition
this
parties. They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
I don't sugarcoat. I shoot straight and tell you stories the way they need to be told. Unfiltered, unafraid, unmissable. That's how I roll. Watch me, Priyanka Deo, on NDTV World. Namaste.
Namaste, India. As you all know, I've been traveling around the world with my music. But this one is truly special. Something that's India. You all must have seen the magic that was created in Kun Faya Kun. Now it's your chance to experience it with me. So book your tickets from District app and together let's create harmony of hearts. See you, Delhi.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
On the open fairways, under a vast sky, a new chapter in golf was written. The inaugural NDTV PGTI Golf Pro-Am Tournament, uniting business leaders and the best of Indian professional golf for a day of strategy, skill and pure sporting spirit. From booming drives to clutch putts, catch the action at these times.
have inspired us. They have redefined what's possible. They have shown how ideas spark inspiration and create impact. NDTV Indian of the Year 2025. Ideas, inspiration, impact. Coming soon.
Chat, chill and vibe with the original game changer, the one and only यो हनी सिंह बनने के पीछे की आपकी कहानी, ये नाम कैसे पड़ा?
मेरे दोस्त हैं गोवा से, तो वो हर चीज में यो that's yours, yo that's yours. जिना तेरे ना सी प्यार हुण किते हो भी नहीं सकदा, रातां नू मैं सो भी नहीं सकदा.
Across the country.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else. Only on NDTV network.
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It was a dose of full nostalgia when they met. I'm talking about Virat Kohli and Mahendra Singh Dhoni. In fact, both these cricketing icons met ahead of the first one-day international that India is going to play, against South Africa in Ranchi, the hometown of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. After a meeting at Mahendra Singh Dhoni's residence, Virat Kohli was seen being driven by Mahendra Singh Dhoni back to the team hotel. A lot of fans, in fact, absolutely into an emotional drive when they saw both of these players coming in together under Dhoni's captaincy. Virat Kohli, in fact, played some of his very memorable knocks. That's all the time I have in this edition of Nationwide at 6. I'll be back tomorrow, same place, or rather on Monday, same place, same time.
21 days in Kashmir. People have bombarded me, friends, with requests for an unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground. Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling. They are now India's smallest but possibly the most powerful crime family. Cough syrup has killed at least 25 children. Gaikwad sahab, aise mat kijiye. Suddenly people are wondering about the weaponization of India-Pakistan cricket. We live and breathe elections. You will not believe your eyes or ears when I show you what I'm about to do. For a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude, we're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship. The line of control, Shivakumar, NDTV.
सैल्यूट है जी, आप देश की रक्षा में जान लगा देते हैं और आप घर घर में तार लगाते हैं जी। ई बीम टेक्नोलॉजी से बनी, न जले न पिघले, सबकी रक्षा करे।
हम सरहद पर लोगों की रक्षा करते हैं और आप देश के अंदर। सैल्यूट तो बनता है जी।
अपार अणुशक्ति फायर प्रोटेक्ट वायर, अपार देश का तार।
The front lines of Kargil, the fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones, to fighter jet cockpits, and the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Center.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
other opposition parties. They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
I don't sugarcoat. I shoot straight and tell you stories the way they need to be told. Unfiltered, unafraid, unmissable. That's how I roll. Watch me, Priyanka Deo, on NDTV World. Namaste.
Namaste, India. As you all know, I've been traveling around the world with my music. But this one is truly special. Something that's India. You all must have seen the magic that was created in Kun Faya Kun. Now it's your chance to experience it with me. So book your tickets from District app and together let's create harmony of hearts. See you, Delhi.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
On the open fairways, under a vast sky, a new chapter in golf was written. The inaugural NDTV PGTI Golf Pro-Am Tournament, uniting business leaders and the best of Indian professional golf for a day of strategy, skill and pure sporting spirit. From booming drives to clutch putts, catch the action at these times.
They have inspired us. They
Hello and welcome to the Southern View. Lots of political statements, cryptic comments, but no conclusion, Vasudha, to that Karnataka drama that's been playing out. It all seems to be heading towards you in New Delhi.
That's right. Karnataka's Congress Veeras once again caught in a fraught power struggle. One side, Siddaramaiah, firmly anchored by the Ahinda coalition, something that you've written about, and DK Shivakumar, backed by the Vocaliga community. But is caste the most important factor here, or is it more layered than that? How is the Congress party going to look at this? Is there a resolution? That's what we will look into in the course of the next few minutes. But first up, the headlines. It's a big GDP boost for India.
Cyclone Ditwa kills 56 people in Sri Lanka. Prime Minister Modi condoles the deaths. Tamil Nadu, Andhra brace for the impact of this cyclone. The IMD sounds an alert in coastal districts. Chief Minister Stalin in Tamil Nadu reviews preparedness ahead of its landfall.
Today, after joining actor Vijay's TVK and taking over as its chief coordinator, expelled AIDMK leader Sengotian tells NDTV that he sees MGR in actor Vijay and that the party will inherit MGR's legacy.